have some news here. Dwyane Wade, we're being told, is getting close to nearing an agreement to sign with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Of course, got the buyout from the Bulls. He could finalize this deal as early as tomorrow. ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski reporting this, according to league sources. Let's bring in another one of our guys, our NBA insider now, Windhorst. Brian, what can you tell us about D. Wade to the Cavs? What do you know?
Yeah, David, the expectation is that Dwyane Wade is going to choose the Cavs and finalize the deal tomorrow after he clears waivers. A couple of the other teams that were recruiting him, including the Oklahoma City Thunder and San Antonio Spurs, have recognized that Wade is likely headed to Cleveland. But it's not a done deal, so anything can change. I got to hedge a little bit on that because we're in 2017 NBA where anything changes at a moment's notice. But it looks like Dwyane Wade is going to join his friend and former teammate LeBron James here in Cleveland in this very short term. All
right, so a reunion of those two. And now you fold this player who has been a superstar in years past. You've also got Derrick Rose, Isaiah Thomas. We heard yesterday he's expected back in January. What is D. Wade's role going to be on this team?
Well, you remember a year ago, LeBron James talking about how the Cavs were top-heavy and how they didn't have a lot of creators and guys who could, get their own shot. Look at the way this roster has been transformed. You have Derrick Rose here now. You have Isaiah Thomas when he gets healthy here now. You have Jeff Green who can do a little bit of that off the bench. And then if you add Dwyane Wade, you've completely transformed the dynamics of the way the Cavs are put together. A lot more offensive creators. In theory, you'd be able to take LeBron off the court and not lose as much offense as you saw happen over and over a year ago. Now, the one thing, Coach Ty Lue announced yesterday that Derrick Rose would be his starting point guard going forward with Isaiah Thomas out until about January with that hip injury. However, in talking to scouts and in talking to people around the Cavs, putting Dwyane Wade and Derrick Rose in the same starting backcourt together, two guys who don't stretch the floor, aren't very good three-point shooters, and are guys that teams back off of, may not be the greatest fit. So there may be a little maneuvering and learning to find out the best lineups about how they all fit together. But Dwyane Wade gives the Cavs back something they lost when Kyrie Irving left, and that is a guy who in a playoff setting, when you need 2 points, you can throw him the ball and he can either create his own basket or get to the foul line. Dwyane Wade does that, as does Kyrie Irving.
Hey, Brian, of course we heard a lot from LeBron yesterday. Did he mention Dwyane Wade? I don't recall him actually getting into talking about Dwyane Wade yesterday, but can you give us sort of a feeling for what this means for LeBron to be reunited with his buddy?
Yeah, and when he talked about Dwyane yesterday, David, he was talking about him almost in the present tense, like he was on the team already, like what he can bring, what he will bring, and it was kind of a little indication that LeBron knew what Dwyane's decision was going to be. So obviously, LeBron and Dwyane have a long history of playing together. One of the things that LeBron mentioned yesterday that I would expect to see is how Dwyane played off the ball with him. It took a year in Miami to figure this out, but Dwyane Wade ended up turning into one of the finest cutters off the ball. One of the things we saw in Miami so often over those 4 years, LeBron holding the ball, teams focusing on him. Next thing you know, he zips a pass to a cutting Dwyane Wade. He had a basket or a foul or something like that. They will fall back on that. They obviously have a history of playing together in Team USA settings as well. And all summer long, they worked out together. Also, J.R. Smith was in a lot of those workouts, working out with LeBron and Dwyane Wade. So you'd almost think that they may have known something a while ago that Dwyane would be joining this team.
Yeah, how about it? The 3 years apart from each other, and now it looks like LeBron and D. Wade are going to be back together. Adrian Wojnarowski reporting that they're close to a deal for 1 year for D. Wade. Brian Windhorst giving us the very latest from Cleveland.